the expectation that people have as human beings is so great right now. It's so high that the world is judging everyone who has any influence to be perfect on every level of every word they say, action they take. And yet, what I'm hearing you say is you need to fail. You need to make mistakes. You need to be an idiot sometimes so you have perspective. And it sounds like for the next decade, too, maybe more, you're going to make a lot more mistakes.
I mean, you don't know what you're gonna do. Like that's the fucking amazing thing about life. Like that's literally the amazing thing about life. You have no idea. It's your job to try to do your best to grow and to set up whatever you can for those around you. And if you don't have people around you, then you're living for yourself. But it's your job to do the best that you can in doing that.
Yeah.
Along the way, you're gonna make mistakes. Here's the shit that is so simplistic that people just don't get. Who do you think plans to go to fucking jail?
No one.
What bank robber do you think ever put the plan together to rob a bank to get caught after?
Not many.
Who you don't think they all think that they're going to be the ones to get away?
Right.
Yeah, you don't think that in their mind this is going to be a life-changing moment? You don't think that people that overdose on drugs think that there's no shot that it can happen to them? You don't think that there's actual mistakes that happen within bad decision making? There is. You don't think that the person that bungee jumped thought that this would come back up? You think that person knew it was snap? These are all just fucking examples that I'm pulling out my ass. But these are all fucking examples.
Yeah.
You know, my little girl, my daughter, she went to go pet a dog and the dog started growling and barking real crazy. My daughter ain't went to go pet a dog since. You think that she thought in her mind that this dog is nice because all dogs are supposed to be nice? It's not until you see that they're not that you know that they're not. So I say all that to say you have to experience some down to know why you're getting up. You know, like the whole thing of a cancel culture and the consequences being so severe for so many, it's fucking ridiculous. Do I think that there should be consequences for people's actions? Absolutely. Absolutely. But are you telling me that you should never be able to recover from a mistake? Then why the fuck do people go to jail?
Right.
Aren't you supposed to go to jail
to learn?
To learn from your fucking mistakes so you can get out and then do better? That's what this whole reform thing is. It's like you send me to jail to go do better and get better, and then I come out, and because I was in jail, nobody wants to allow me to get better. It's a backwards thing. So are we teaching lessons or not? Do we want people to improve or do we not?
Right.
What are we saying?
How do you personally handle the emotional side or the weight or the pressure of media or whatever, just the online internet world, or potential sponsors or brands or shows? They're saying like, oh, you're in the middle of some adversity right now or some controversy. How do you personally deal with the emotional weight to not let it affect you? Because it seems like you just continue to thrive no matter what mistake you make here or there.
Well, there is no pressure. And here's what I mean when I say there's no pressure. Okay? If you make a bed, lay in your bed. Bottom line, you made it, lay in it. Okay? So in laying in that bed, whatever comes with it is what you're willing to take because you made it. Right now, yes, I have to maneuver differently. Yes, I have to make sure I carry myself in a certain way. I'm a CEO, I'm a brand, I'm a business, and there's a lot of layers that go underneath the machine that runs the world of of Kevin Hart now. There's a lot of people that are involved in that world. So I don't have the fuck it attitude, but I do have an attitude of I've done my share of shit, and in doing it, I've addressed it, and in addressing it, I made my share of mistakes within addressing it, learned from that too. I've done all of that. None of this stuff has affected the character that I have. None of it has affected me to start to doubt me.
Really?
I know who I am.
You never doubt yourself after all this stuff.
Wow. I know who I am. I know what I am. And in knowing what I am and who I am, you can go look in the mirror and go, oh, that was a dumb move. Oh, you're a jackass. But I'm not a bad person. Mm-hmm. So within my relationships and partnerships, I think that I've done a good job of letting, them all know who I am, and they see who I am. And we have a really good relationship. So in the future, moving forward, I have a job to do to protect those relationships because I care about them. I value them.
Right.
So I can't just move willy-nilly, because that means that I'm not staying true to my relationships. And that's what, the older you get and the more you experience things, you learn. Mm-hmm. Not just about you. It's about others that can be affected by what you do. So now I see that, I understand that. The younger version of me didn't see that or understand that. And there was a high level of, fuck it, man. Look, I'm not going to deal with this because this ain't got shit to do with this or not. And that's not the right attitude. But if I didn't have the wrong attitude when I had it then, and if I didn't understand what I know now, I wouldn't be prepared for this next wave of shit that may be coming my way or may not.
Right.
But if it does, I'm prepared for it now. I'm at least prepared. I'm in a different space of understanding. I'm in a different space of knowledge.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like going back to The Last Dance. Jordan was talking about when he had to go through all of it publicly, how much that took a toll on him at first, but then it gave him the experience for the future and for his friends when they went through scandals and stuff to be able to be a leader in that situation and have more knowledge. And it sounds like you're in that situation right now. I'm curious about your wife. I asked this, The Rock did a live about a month ago on his Instagram, and I asked a question on there and he answered it. And it was a really powerful response. And I'm curious what yours is to this question. The question is, what is the thing you admire the most about your wife that most people don't know about?
Strongest person in the world. Strongest person in the world. And her understanding for reality versus false reality is so crystal clear. It's a tough seat to sit in, being my wife. It's a tough seat to sit in. It's crazy to say this, but there's this movie that people love to watch, and it's called The Rise and Fall. And the tickets to The Rise are sold out. But the tickets to see what a fall looks like, I mean, you're talking about a sellout on top of a sellout. I mean, it's the most watched thing ever. So naturally, when you get to a certain space or a certain level, I don't know why, but there's a root against. And she experienced a lot of that, a lot of that turmoil that we went through. It's, girl, don't be with no man that's going to disrespect you, or don't do this or don't do that.
It's almost like a lot of people are against her for,
Insane. it's insane. And you know, the one thing we had a talk, and the one thing that I told my wife, I said, whatever you do, I'm here. I'm going to be supportive of. You know, whatever you do, if you decide that you want to go and leave, then honey, by all means, no matter what, she's taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, you're the mother of my child. You know, my ex-wife now, we're not together, but she's taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Mother of my kids. I'm not a bad person. So I said, this isn't about money. This is about you, your emotions, or whatever. But understand, the best company to a lonely woman is another lonely woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, look at all the advice that you're getting.
Wow.
And look at the lives of the people giving the advice. And you tell me how many of them are in a relationship
Right.
that can be considered a solid household, a marriage, or anything. You show, and if you don't see that, separate yourself from that for a second and then make a decision. And what she looked at the time, all of the negative energy and negative information came from people that didn't have that. So people that don't have that don't understand why you don't want to let that go. Because you have something that you're actually building and working on.
Right.
And she came to an amazing conclusion of, I like the fact that we have a family, that we have a household. And I like the fact that we now got a job to do to get better. And that's what you owe me. You owe me the get better. And held me accountable. It wasn't a walk in the park, but it was her understanding. But we don't let the outside world affect our inside. And I credit her for setting that.
Wow.
For setting that tone.
And what's the biggest lesson you've learned from her personally in the last few years with just the challenges, the ups and downs?
If a pregnant woman went through what she went through, delivered a healthy baby, an amazing mother to not just her child, but my two kids, where she acts as a stepmother, stepped up on so many different levels while taking one of the biggest punches in life. What the fuck? I mean, I don't know what's stronger. You know what I mean? Like, that's, you're supposed to break.
Yeah.
So you really get to see who people are when adversity fucking puts itself on display.
Yeah.
Who are you and who are we? And, you know, I've had to do the same, where I've had to fucking really ask myself, who am I when shit really hit the fan? You know, when these moments hit, when these things hit, there's a reason why not many people get up after.
A lot of people don't get up.
The reason why a lot of people don't get up, these things are hard things to overcome and deal with. They're very hard. Yeah. So when you do make it out of those storms, and when you are an individual that can go, wow, I can't believe we experienced that, and you look back and go, oh my God, that was how many years ago? But look at us now. Look at where we are now. That's a thing. That's something to hold on to.
Yeah, and what I've noticed is you almost want to have friends who've gone through adversity, because you start to learn about who your friends truly are at your lowest times, right?
Some character. I mean, me and my kids had a talk the other day. You know, they had an attitude. They're going through some stuff. I think the craziest thing is, you know, they were going through something and they were like really down about it. They were just pissed. They didn't want to do something. And I'm like, So the thing that's crazy that you guys don't understand, I was like, yo, life is so not perfect. Life is so not perfect. I said, and you guys, you've only seen perfect. You haven't seen
Success. Yeah.
You haven't seen challenges. And I said, this is an example of a challenge. I said, and now in dealing with this, I'm going to use a phrase, and that phrase is cowboy up.
Mm-hmm. It's
And that was
in your auto book, yeah.
my son, to my son and my daughter, and it's like, yo, cowboy the fuck up. And right now, you're living in a time where if you say that, you have some people that are challenged. Don't talk to kids. What does that mean? Hey, I'm gonna tell you what it means. Cowboying up means strap up your boots and get to work. You get it done. Whether you like it or not, you got to get it done. In this case, go through your turmoil. But unfortunately, Dad can't be here to pick up the pieces. Go through it. These are the things that make you better. These are the things that give you character. You'll learn from it later. And I really embraced that moment because I'm like, this is a lesson that they'll get to walk out of this. And I said, it may not hit today. It may not hit next week, but eventually it's going to hit. I know my lessons have hit. I can tell you my wife has learned shit that acted as lessons that have hit. But if you don't embrace those moments, then you're missing out on the beauty of life.
Yeah.
You're missing out on the lessons that come with it. And I just think it's a great opportunity for me to highlight a lot of moments and give people a understanding and visual as to how I dealt with, where I got the strength to move on and how, why understanding me and myself is the most beneficial thing that I've ever done in my life. And this is just information. This isn't a way that you have to live.
Yeah.
This isn't a fucking book that you gotta follow or else you're gonna lose. No, it's just information. So many people are afraid to give and share information. I'm not. I'm just sharing information.
If you want to master the law of attraction and achieve the life of your dreams, then check out this powerful interview with the author of The Secret, Rhonda Byrne.
If you just for a moment open to the possibility that things might not be the way that you think they are, then you have the greatest opportunity.